When we start the spiritual path, most of the time we get too much involved with the external aspect of it. At the end of the day, we are working with the human being, and the human being doesn't have any religion. No? We, as humans, we don't have any religion, any cultural aspects. Those things belong to different people from different parts of the world according to how their mind tried to explain things, or how their mind tried to develop some tools to work with ourselves to find a greater meaning. When we start a path, whether it is Buddhism, Hinduism, Christianity, sometimes there is a big risk because we get too much attached to the rituals, to the story behind these religions, to the external aspects, whether it is the clothing, the way of doing things, of chanting some mantras, some songs. And we almost forget the fact that we are something more than that. That's something that we, as human beings, we developed according to our sensitivity, to our mind, whether it is the cosmovision from the Andes or the mysticism from the East. They just represent tools, not the end game. In fact, the real path it's a pathless path, in the sense that some people might have discovered that certain tools might bring a change in the human beings. That's fine. That's a technology. Nothing wrong with that. But if we get too much stuck with the system of belief connected to it, we forget ourselves. And we become rigid. We have lots of opinions. We divide. We are right. The other group of people is wrong because they believe or they do something different. When in reality we are all human beings. And we can verify that because an Indian person suffers like an Italian person. Jealousy, envy, pride, bad emotions are present in both cases. So the soil, the ground that we're working with is the same. But especially when we start, due to this marketing thing, due to how things are presented, mysticism becomes an appealing game that comes with a bundle of things that we have to believe, that we have to do, we have to dress in a different way, and we are almost different than the normal human beings. That's a belief, because in that way we are also separating ourselves from others, believing that we are better than other people. And this is a risk that it's very easy to encounter, and I believe that most of us, or all of us, we go through at the beginning, because it's very difficult to be without certainty, without somebody telling you what it is right. It is difficult to become responsible and to see for yourself how you are in your conflict, in your actions, in your selfish choices. So we rather go into a system of belief of somebody telling us what to do, whether it is a guru, whether it is a religion, and we buy new things created by thoughts that have nothing to do ultimately with what we are. And that can be a trap, a very long trap. It might help you at the beginning to build some confidence. It might be the beginning of a journey. But a sign that we're really maturing is our independence and our courage to face ourselves for what we are, to face life for what it is, not as a system of belief or interpretation. It's very difficult and requires lots of courage to not have a supporting point, to not know, to be open to not know, without looking for an explanation, without looking for a meaning, because maybe we are in an unpleasant situation and we want to find out some kind of divine support, some kind of explanation about it. It takes really courage to stay with things as they are and to do the most mature work, which is actually realizing that all the tools have a limited function. And once we cross to the other shore, we need to leave them. We can use them sometimes to help other people, but understanding also the relative functions that they have. Because the most important thing is that an inner process takes place, a change takes place in who is perceiving life, not by putting some nice earrings and clothes and all these things that they are rather a superficial approach to spirituality. For how serious they might look, even like being a monk, you know? All the things connected to it, isolating yourself and, doing praying and praying a Buddha and all the rest of it. It might even be a trap, which looks like a serious trap, which has nothing to do with who you are ultimately. It's just helping you maybe a little bit to improve, but you can stay stuck in that position as well. And when we find out this, we are free. Because we don't need anybody to tell us what to do. We make mistakes, we grow, we experience things in life with no fear, and we move on by ourselves, as it should be.